So guys, it's finally time. Just like I said, I played Aimlabs every single day for a month. Now there were a couple of times where I left Aimlabs on in the background, or it was my mom's birthday and I didn't really have much time, so I couldn't play every single day, but I played pretty much every single day. And some days I played a little more than an hour, some days I played a little less than an hour. Point of the matter is, I basically played every single day for a month. So here's proof, I have about 35 or so hours. That's just because, given that there were some times when I wasn't actually playing, because the idea was that I would play 30 hours, an hour every day. So I'd have 30 hours. That's why I played about 35, because I wanted some extra patch time, or just some extra wiggle room, so that if I didn't actually play a little, 30 hours, then I would have played a little more than 30 hours. It's better than playing a little less. And I just wanted to be thorough, so I added an extra 4 or 5 hours. Anyway, so let's get into it. So here are my old scores, where I originally placed in Emerald 4, which isn't terrible, but it's good. For competitive gaming, I wouldn't say it's great, especially for Valorant. Anyways, it's a far ways from great, but it's a ways away from good. Anyways, my worst score was speed, and my best score was perception. Basically, reaction time. I got 197 milliseconds, which is pretty bad in the competitive scene. Anyways, onto my new scores. After an entire month of grinding Aimlabs and Valorant, here's my new scores. I got Diamond 3, I went up 5 ranks, and I got way more consistent with my shots in Aimlabs and in Valorant. I really feel like I got way better in almost every aspect. So right before making this video, right before making this video, I decided to go back through the original Aimlabs assessments, the ones that I took in the first video, and retake them so that I can compare scores and see the improvements. So we'll start with the boring ones and work our way up to the cooler ones, starting with the reaction test. So here I was super hyper focused, as hyper focused as I could get without taking any G Fuel or coffee or anything enhancing that gamer's use. So for the reaction test, you shouldn't expect a lot of difference because reaction speed is pretty bare bones. I've done this test before, so there's really not a lot that's going to change. It's just how fast you can click, when you see something, or how fast you react to something. Anyways, so I got a little better, which is a little weird, but I did get a little better. I even had a low of about 159, I think. I took this test a couple times. Next up is tracking, or Strafe Track Ultimate. This one, I feel like I got a lot better. I just felt like it was a lot easier to follow the ball. I was more relaxed than I was last time taking it. In any case, here are the new scores, and let's see how they compare to the old ones. Alright, so about 13,000 better. Not bad. Not bad. Next up, microshot precision. I had huge troubles with this one. Generally, I started out really strong, but after about 30 seconds or so, it just gets incredibly hard and straining on my hand, and mentally it gets a little tiring because you see that you're messing up, and it's just difficult. It's pretty difficult, for me at least. So I have to constantly be reminding myself mid-test to relax my grip and to breathe and try to keep efficiency and just try to do good. So this was my score, 67,500 with a high score of 75,000. Alright, let's see the old scores. So definitely some improvement, about 11,000, and with good test scores, a high of about 20,000. I did feel like I was really bad at microshots, and even though I didn't practice it that much, maybe that's why I didn't do so great, but moving on. Decision Shot Ultimate. For some reason, for me, it's fairly easy for me to know which color I need to shoot. It might be pretty common, but for this task, the decision aspect was not really a big part of the test. So my scores for this was 78,034 with a high score of 78,034. I got a high score when I played it. I don't play this one very often, so getting a high score wasn't that surprising, given that I haven't really played it that much. Alright, so let's check the old scores. 61,015. Definitely some improvements. Nothing but great, Can't complain. Next up, Spider Shot Ultimate. This test was strange for me. I often got frustrated playing Spider Shot just for this weird trait of mine that I burn out really quickly. It's kind of like microshot, but somehow even faster. I can be doing really well and get like a 90,000 split, 95, sometimes even 100,000 split, which basically means that at about 30 seconds into the test, I have 50,000 points or more, or just a little less, that type of thing. Anyways, so I do really good, and then at some point at like the 40 seconds or something, I just start fumbling. I miss a lot of shots, and it just kind of crumbles. Anyways, into this one I got 79,444 with a high of 90,100. So let's check the old scores. 52,900. That's some improvement. I practiced this one a lot more than the other ones, but not as much as grid shot. Which brings us to our final task, the infamous grid shot. I know this test is the most loved and hated test for base mechanical aim ever to exist. Some people say that this test is horrible, some people say it's great for getting better. It really just depends on who you ask. Personally, I think this test gives you great awareness for controlling monitor space with your mouse and just being able to flick somewhere because of how much monitor space you cover and how quickly you have to do it. So for me, I'm a little proud of this one just because I almost joined the 100k club with grid shot. I didn't, but I got really close. So I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one. So my new score for grid shot was 93,800 with a high of 96,600. So close, but yet incredibly so far. Because of how hard it is to reach that 100k mark, getting 96,000 is good. It's good. It's not 100k, but it's good. So my original scores were 64,400. I improved consistently by almost 30,000, and I'd say that grid shot was one of the more fun to just grind out and listen to like music and just enjoy yourself while you warm up for something, or just for the fun of it. I mean, honestly, Aimlabs is pretty fun if you customize, you change some of the colors, you change the sound effects, you change your crosshair. There's so much customization that you can do with Aimlabs that it's honestly a game in itself. Anyways, as an overall, I increased from 626.9 to 760.8 in 1 month. So what does this mean for Valorant? Because Valorant is what really matters in this. When I started, I was Silver 1 with my old account, hardstuck silver #bfrag, and my main goes by the name of Pingu #newtnewt without the final OOT. It's newtn. Anyways, so my first placement games with hardstuck silver landed me in Silver 1. This was back before I started AIMLABS. After AIMLABS, I'm still in my placement games for Pingu, and right now I'm in Diamond and High Plat and Diamond lobbies. So I also top frags on my team. So I honestly, other than game sense, just raw aim has been a lot better. I top fragged with almost 30 kills in my last game. That was Diamond Plat. I know it might not impress some people, but again, I'm fairly new, and that's silver to Diamond and Plat. In short, does Aimlabs help? Yes. If you want to get good at FPS games, play Aimlabs. I guarantee you improvement. That is a certified Howell stamp of approval. I guarantee you, if you play Aimlabs and you play consistently and you try to get better through Aimlabs, you will get better. Just grind out some grid shot, grind out spider shot, grind out 6 shot. I could make a video on what I recommend, but that's for another time. In any case, if you want to get better aim, I do recommend playing Aimlabs. But it might not be that important to some people. But for me, I want to get to Immortal fairly soon. But, hey, like everyone's different. I just recommend you play Aimlabs if you want to get good aim. Your heart's like silver, grind out Aimlabs. You'll get there. You'll get out, bro. I guarantee it. Watch 10s. In any case, that was my 30 days. I got a lot better. There's some clear and present danger. There's clear improvements. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Bye.